Hey, welcome to the show. I know I wasn't going to see you guys till October, but we have an emergency here. I mean, look. If for those of you that live in the South Texas area of Robstown, you will know what I'm talking about. There was a very latest in what I call it's a mascot controversy. What am I talking about? I ask. Well, in Robstown ISD, they had a little controversy. I mean, if you did, for those who didn't remember last time, I talked to you guys about a saw that was called Dixie. Which was their school saw from years, but then they want to remove it because of racial things. When they removed it, they knew that it was a racial controversy that was getting national attention. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? This was from Robstown. It happened because that was yesterday's. That was last night's. That was a Saturday's game. Local historians explain that the Robstown cop picker pays homage to the Puerto military Hispanic migrant workers who work in the cotton fields Robstown is known for. Now, that thing went viral. But people thought for it to be racist. People thought it was offensive. And Chris Thomason, who tweeted this, said this. It was the cotton picker. And now the state of Texas is making headlines. This was after the home game. This is what was criticized from Chris Thomason. If he was on the show, he would give his side of the events that happened. And a lot of things happening. The Robstown cotton pickers, cotton pickers. That tweet that he just sent, statement of fact, but it wasn't the case. Someone retweeted, I just cannot anymore. And that video that Chris Thomason shot has caught the eyes of over 1.7 million people. And it's trending nationally. And this is what happened. Honest question, because I'm not from oil country. Does the term oilers invoke centuries of oppression and violence to a specific group of citizens because cotton picker does? But they have a different side of the story. They said that is not what it said. But in a statement, but this is what they said in their statement. In the statement, they said, Robstown Independent School District has not received commentary from parents or community members regarding our school mascot. The area around Robstown is one of the leading cotton producing regions in the U.S. To be a Robstown cop figure represents a sense of pride based, on tradition for the students and historical legacy for the community members of Robstown. Thus, the community does not perceive a negative connotation connected with its mascot. At this time, Robstown ISD will stay focused on student needs as a priority. When this issue was brought up in 2017, some of Robstown residents explained Cotton Pig represents their Hispanic and culture pride. And understanding that times have changed. In 2017, the mascot was brought from the forefront when neighboring school, Hamlin Middle School, changed its own mascot from a rebel wearing a Confederate flag, deeming it to be offensive. However, there have not been any formal challenges of the Robstown mascot. And this is one of their tweets. It says, "How is that sad? I'm proud to be a cotton picker. My dad and grandparents were migrant workers and moved to Robstown to work cotton fields. There isn't anything sad about being proud of our heritage and knowing who we are. If any resident had an issue, it would have been addressed." And this wasn't the first time. If you remember, we focused in on that Dixie song that we talked about. We talked about that Dixie song that happened about Dixie. When they decided and Revere ISD, back in January, decided we're not going to use that song, use Dixie. Because of the racist roots. You guys remember that? You may remember this. That was before Robstown ISD decided to be offensive. But my question and concern is, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen with Chris Thomason? Is he going to get suspended? Is he going to get reprimanded? Nobody knows for sure until I ask Miss Ashley Gonzalez. But if this video, a long line of high school football players dressed in the football colors of red and white as they take the field, that was just a statement of fact. That was on Friday, and on Saturday, and just yesterday, it was all over. It got national attention. I haven't seen that big of a hit since The Angry Grandpa Show, The Angry Video Game Nerd, Tourette's Guy, to name a few. But this takes the cake. And, from their middle school, they changed its own mascot to rubber wearing a Confederate flag. That's offensive. So we had Dixie being removed by Revere ISD, then we had the Confederate flag being removed by Hamlin Middle School, because it's offensive. And now this. I know I said I would not do any racist parts on the show, but this takes the cake. I would have to change my policy. This really takes the cake. Someone needs to... If I talk to Chris Thomason and give his version of the events that happened, he would give us the side of the story. but we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to continue following the story, and I will give you updates as they go along. But I said I would not come back till October, but I am going to continue following the story as it progresses and see what happens, and come back with a full updated report. That's all for Give Me a Break right now. I'll see you when this story develops, or there are any more developments in the story. I will talk with Ashley and see what's going to happen. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.